So you've been losing weight just fine for weeks or even months, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, everything comes to a screeching halt. Or maybe you've even gained a couple of pounds. What are you going to do about it? That's what we're going to be talking about coming up next. Stalls. They're frustrating. We've all experienced it. I've been doing keto for over 10 months. I've had my fair share of them. They're frustrating and they can be highly discouraging. But what can we do to kind of get through them? How can we break through? I'm going to start trying to talk about stalls over the next couple of weeks because I've been kind of coming through my own. And this is going to be a part of my kind of pursuit for 100 because, again, I'm about 9 pounds away from the 100-pound marker. It's taken me probably almost 2 months or maybe a little bit longer than that to lose the last 10 pounds, and I would love for it to not take another 2 months to lose the next 9. And so I'm kind of going to be focusing on this from a stall perspective because if you'll notice, I haven't actually made an update to this episode or to my pursuit for 100 in a little while because I've been kind of stalled out. And so this is going to be in my kind of typical vlog style for this type of series that I'm doing. But I want to talk about stalls and what we can do to get through them. And so the first thing is really identifying whether or not you've actually stalled. And that really just comes down to how long have you been, kind of where you're at. A couple of days, even a couple of weeks is really not enough to kind of consider yourself in a stall. If you're someone that's weighing yourself every day, I would implore you, please don't do that. It's only going to set yourself up for discouragement. Honestly, once a week or even once every couple of weeks is going to be really great for you, I think. And will help you maybe feel a little bit better as you go along, regardless of what the scale is doing. And so, first off, identifying a stall, 4 to 6 weeks or a little bit longer without any kind of movement, that's what I would consider maybe, hey, I'm kind of stalled out and I need to do something. And so, once you've kind of identified whether or not you really are stalled out, what can you do about it? And that's really what we're going to do over the next couple of weeks here is we're going to kind of get a plan together. And just to kind of talk about plan here, I've been kind of writing down in just a little bit of a journal that I keep about some of the stuff that I'm doing. Let me just share with you what I'm going to be doing as I get a plan together, okay? The first thing is I'm going to be checking my blood ketones. Now, that may sound like an obvious thing, but just so you know, I've been doing keto for a little over 10 months now, and I just a couple of days ago got a blood ketone meter. I have not been checking that pretty much since I've started. First off, they were really dang expensive and I didn't want to drop the money on it. But when in the beginning, for the first couple of months I was using blood or urine strips, they were great. They do become less accurate over time because your body does start to utilize ketones, and so you may not show that you're producing any or many, even though you are. And so I wanted to get away from that. Finally saw a pretty good deal on a keto ketone meter, blood meter, and so I picked it up and I just checked it yesterday for the first time, 0.3. So actually quite a bit lower than what I was expecting, but that's something that I want to now be aware of as I try to work through this stall. The next thing that I've got down here is I'm actually going to be planning my meals ahead of time. And by that meaning I'm using Carb Manager. I'm going to actually plug my meals into there before I eat them. I want to see how they were going to impact my breakdowns. Again, my macro breakdown, I want it to be 70 to 75% fat, 20 to 25% protein, and as low as possible on carbs. So I'm going to be plugging that stuff in ahead of time to see how it's going to impact me and make adjustments before I even eat the meals. The next thing that I've got down here is I'm going to be weighing my food again. This is something that I did a lot early on because, again, I just didn't know really what a serving size really was. And so for me, I want to get back into probably a couple of week period where I'm going to be weighing just about everything. I want to reset my mind about how I look at certain serving sizes because I had not been doing that for months and months and months. And so I'm going to be weighing my food, pretty much everything that I do over the next few weeks just to kind of reboot my mind and how I'm looking at things. I'm also doing intermittent fasting. I'm going to be doing that probably anywhere between 3 and 5 days a week. I'm not really sure yet. I'm going to kind of play it out, but I started today. Today's Monday, and it's almost 2 o'clock. And so I'm kind of on my lunch break right now, even though I'm not eating anything. But I haven't eaten since about 6 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So I'm coming up on a 20-hour fast. And in all honesty, I may push that out to be almost a 24-hour one, just to do like an OMAD, a one meal a day. Haven't decided yet, but we'll see as I get a little bit closer. But I will not likely be doing the 20 hours or above, but 16-hour minimum, probably 18 hours, a little bit closer to what I do on a normal basis. So 18-hour fast with a 6-hour eating window. And then the last thing that I'm going to start doing, again, is doing some cardio and light weight training. I say light very purposefully. I have, over the last 10 months, not focused on trying to do a lot of heavy weight workouts because I really do not have an interest in putting on a lot of muscle mass right now. I did a lot of weightlifting a long time ago. I know there's a lot of muscle mass under here. I have no interest in trying to bulk up right now. I'm trying to lose, and so I'm going to be doing cardio-focused workouts with some general and light, weight training, maybe calisthenics type stuff, push-ups, sit-ups, body weight types of things. And so I'll be doing that probably about 3 days a week, 3 to 4 days a week. I haven't decided yet. But I'm not, diving in here trying to work out, 2 hours a day, 6 days a week. I'm not all about that right now. I want to make some small changes. These things are very minimal. Weighing my food, it's not really changing much. Going through and checking my ketones, not really doing a whole heck of a lot. Planning my meals ahead of time. These are not real big differences that I want to do. It's just planning to do this so that I get a very clear idea of what's really going on and what I'm actually putting into my mouth, how it's affecting me on a day-to-day basis. And so really all I'm going to be doing on a more focused basis is my exercise. And so again, identify whether or not you've actually stalled and then put your own plan together and how you're going to do it. My plan is very basic. There's not a whole lot to it. But I would encourage you to get something together. If you want to utilize my plan, go for it. But that's what's going to happen. Now, once we kind of get to this point, over the next few days, I'm going to kind of go over and probably talk about, what I'm eating in a day type of thing. That'll be on my non-fasting day. I'll probably go over that, tomorrow or the next day, and maybe, put that out for you. I'll go over some of the exercises that I'm actually doing to give you a little bit greater of an idea about what my exercise plans are going to actually look like, to give you a little bit better idea of what you might be able to kind of incorporate into your own here. But again, all I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks is really kind of just staying hyper-focused on my macros, my food breakdown, my nutrition, with a little bit of added in exercise. And I'll talk about some of that stuff over the coming days. So if you want to join along, with this journey for me as I try to kind of, accelerate my weight loss, get through some of these stalls that I've been experiencing, hop over to my channel and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. It helps me out a lot. As well, once you do subscribe, please click on the little bell icon that'll pop up there. That'll just turn on notifications for you. I would really appreciate it if you'd like this video and consider sharing it with anybody else that is struggling with bumping up against a stall of their own. And so if you think they could benefit from it, I'd appreciate you sharing the video with them. Also, please like the video and drop a comment down below. Hey, if you're getting on board with trying to work through a stall, let's do this together. I talk about in a lot of my videos how I'd love to be able to get together a community of people that are doing things together so we can support each other. So please, maybe drop a comment down there and talk to your friends about it. Maybe get them involved so we can kind of all share together and talk through our struggles, our areas where we've kind of maybe failed a little bit through our deal here, because we're not going to be perfect, right? My channel is called Pursuit for Better, not Pursuit for Perfection. We're never going to be perfect, but we're trying to do better each and every day. So as a part of that, again, I want to thank you for watching. I'll be putting out a little bit more content over the next few days for this probably 2-week period as we try to accelerate weight loss. And again, I want to thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you tuning in and giving me your time, and I know it's valuable. And so thank you for that, and I will see you very, very soon.